Welcome to the next installment in training on the Good Life Life Changer program. Today we are going to be focusing on section 5, and in section 5 really the purpose of this section is to begin to transition back from the workout floor where we have done the workout on the floor, and we have also done um, the movement screen, the functional movement screen. And so we're going to be now transitioning into giving them all of their results and communicating the big reveal of their life changer score and discussing items of concern from the appointment that we have uncovered. This section also builds emotional momentum and clearly establishes the need for professional assistance to achieve ideal results. One of the keys to this section of the Life Changer appointment is to make sure that we allow the client to feel the slight pain associated with being in poor health and in poor physical shape. We want to allow the technology to be the bad guy, and then therefore the trainer, you can come in immediately behind that with the good news of what they can accomplish and be the good guy. A couple of things to watch out for in this section: do not overtalk, and make sure that you're sensitive to exactly where this member is emotionally. So I'm going to give you also a transition statement as we move into section 5. Remember, we've just come in off of the workout floor, and we're going to be heading back to the office to sit down at the computer. You can say something like, yeah, great workout. You can obviously feel and see how that working with someone professional and professional assistance, a trainer can really help you, get some great results in short time frame. What we want to do now, Mrs. Jones, is talk a little bit about what your score is. What's happening now is the technology system's actually calculating all of your data and giving your score. So your life changer score, Mrs. Jones, is actually a 32. And what the system is saying is that this means that you have some moderate risk for developing diseases, and that you should consider some moderate lifestyle changes. As you can see in the scoring system, if you were in really poor health, you would be down here in the 1. If you were just like a triathlete or something like that, marathon runner, you might be up here in the 90s. And a lot of people are in somewhere between 30 and 70. So, but there's definitely some room for improvement. We're now going to move into the analysis section, and what happens here is each one of these flags lets us know where there are some things that maybe you've done good at. So maybe if your blood pressure is in a good state, you might get a green flag, and you'll get a yellow flag if it's something we need to talk about. And one of the things I'm not going to go through all of these, Mrs. Jones, but what I did want to talk to you just briefly about was your pH assessment. So your pH alkalinity is actually 6.5, and the optimal number that you want to be in, the optimal range, really you want to be in between 6.75 up to as high as 7.5. And being in the acid pH state, as you can see, for an extended period of time can actually result in a lot of things that are not good. So, a lot of people don't realize that the alkalinity saliva test has such a big impact. So we definitely want to focus on that. All of this information is going to show up in your report, and so we can go further in depth through that at some other time. But I just wanted to point out that pH assessment reading. In this next section, we're going to talk about what your health risks are into the future. We've already talked about where they are. The red bar on the left is where you are today. But what's great news, Mrs. Jones, is that the green bar on the right is what we can reduce all of your health risks down to. Now I understand, that you may have a little bit of concern with your moderate level of disease risk um, for diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and cancer here. But again, the good news is that we can get almost all of these down into the minimal risk category. As we move into the future, get you on a regular exercise program, help you lose that weight you're looking to lose. And now what I would like to do is talk to you about what that means in terms of your health age. So on your driver's license, you may be 35, but your health age is 43. What this means is that inside your body, you are closer to a 43-year-old in terms of your likelihood of getting one of those diseases. Again, that probably doesn't, feel great. But again, the great news is that your goal health age, you can get that down to as low as 31. Now, Mrs. Jones, obviously, if you could be younger and improve your health age by as much as 8 years, that's something you could get excited about, right? Absolutely. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what your body can look like, all of the changes that you might be able to hope to accomplish here at Good Life whenever we get you involved in one of these programs doing the resistance, the cardio, all of this stuff. You could burn as much as 1.1 pounds of body fat on a weekly basis, and you can see that you could make some amazing changes in your body. And again, all of this is going to be in your report. As you've noticed, there have been quite a few different examples of people who have changed their life. This is another member that in only 4 months lost 43 pounds and 12% body fat. It's pretty amazing that their life changed so dramatically. Now we're starting to move into section 6 where we're going to be recapping where you are today and then getting prepared to email and print your report. But I did want to do a quick recap of your needs, goals, and your time frame. So we had talked earlier about the fact that you wanted to lose 50 pounds and that you were shooting to do that in September. I'm not sure that we can get there exactly in September, but we can certainly look at what your periodization should look like in program in order to get there. You also want to feel and look better. You want to do that right away, increase energy and lower your stress. And so all of these are very important. You also said that on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 9 or a 10 to get there. So we definitely want to work with you to make sure that you accomplish those goals since it is so important. We also talked about that you have these barriers, money, time, motivation, no belief. We are going to talk to you about in the next section, if it's okay with you, all of the ways that we can overcome every one of these barriers, because it appears to me with all this time we spent that these barriers are really what's holding you back, and we can put a plan in place to overcome each and every one of these barriers and make this work for you. Is that something you can get excited about? Great. We also are going to target the vacation that you have coming up. That's why we're wanting to get as many results as we possibly can in the shortest amount of time. So what I want to talk to you about now is the direction that you want to take. Obviously, you've been thinking about this for quite some time. You have a pretty significant level of motivation, a 9 or a 10, but you've also, been putting this off for quite some time, and now we really have an opportunity to change your life. Um, Really, the question comes, and the question becomes, how are you going to change your life? Do you think that you're going to be able to continue with your current lifestyle and do it that way? Some of our members drive. They think that they're going to drive to their fitness goals independently. So, it's almost like they have a map, and yeah, they can get lost, and it can take them a long time. We have a lot of our members that actually decide that they want to use professional assistance. It's almost like taking a plane. You know that you're going to take off on time, you're going to land, you're going to get to the destination that you want to get to. And at Good Life, we have found that you can achieve up to 80% better results 3 times faster with professional assistance than doing this on your own. So, Mrs. Jones, I need to ask you, do you want to take a long time? Do you want to, maybe not get there? Do you want to go the professional assistance route? Because if you do, I want to put together a plan over the next year that will absolutely ensure you get to the optimal results in the shortest amount of time. Does that make sense? Sound good? Great. Now I'm going to pause here. We're not going to go in the training. We're not going to go any further into the periodization because this direction screen is basically the point in the appointment where we are starting to ask for permission to give them their periodization, to be able to give them what they're looking for, and ask, be able to present personal training. So this is the end of section 5, and we've transitioned into section 6. Hopefully this has been a great opportunity for you to see how you would transition into this section, transition out of the section, and begin to build on the momentum to establish the critical need for professional assistance for this member. Thanks, and have a great day.